What's going on, my peoples? It's your boy, Mr. OBF. Welcome to OBF, the network, people. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button so you guys get the live streams when we go live, people. And if you can, donate to the channel. Make sure you got, if you can, people, donate to the channel. Go to OBF, the real Cash App, and donate to the channel. We highly appreciate it. Make sure you guys, if you need more information to subscribe and donate to the channel, it's down there strolling below the screen. Make sure you guys hit the like button when you come in and out of the building. And make sure you guys share the videos, man. It keeps the movement pushing. All right, man. Let's get into it. Another police shooting. You know what's happening to the black folks. We already know this. This ain't new. Say, excuse me, an Asian woman get killed by the police. And people, the bad part about it, that's why I said law enforcement, nigga. Listen, at this point, I don't give a fuck if they black or white. To me, I don't trust police. A black cop shot and killed her, and it was unnecessary. That's the crazy shit about it. But anyway, let's get into it, people.
Cops fatally shoot a woman in crisis after the family called 911. Does that sound familiar? Let's bring you the details. But first, I want you to watch this.
Hey, is it you? Did you have a knife? So who is it? Who's dealing with that? Who has that knife? Who's dealing with the mental health crisis? Who's having a nervous breakdown right now? Who's the problem? Your sister or you? Stop. She has a knife, she's gonna hurt. Open the door. Open the door. I'm gonna break the door down.
Go ahead, I'll stab you when you
Sir, let me fix We don't want to shoot you.
Who wants to go less lethal? Who wants to go lethal?
I'll go lethal, okay?
Should we get someone else non-lethal?
You want to break the door down, ma'am? Back off. Open the door.
Door, no weapon. We're gonna break the door. Drop the knife. Drop the knife.
That was a condensed version for you. Disturbing.
With millions watching and many people benefiting from this program called Indisputable, we just need 1% of the viewers to become a paid member so we can continue to bring this content to you. Now back to the show.
Let's give you more. Per NPR, moments before a police officer fatally shot 25-year-old Victoria G. Lee in Fort Lee, New Jersey. Body cam footage shows a group of officers yelling out, "Drop the knife," and "Drop the weapon," as Lee throws a large water jug at them. And a gunshot is fired. On Friday, the New Jersey Attorney General's office, which is investigating the shooting, released taser video, body cam footage from 4 officers, and 2 911 recordings from the July 28th shooting.
Now, we're going to get into details about this, right? But, the crazy part, when I seen the video, I said to myself, I said, she got a knife. It's a whole bunch of you officers is there. You got body armor on. You are way bigger. This, she was an Asian woman, so she was very short. Right? And if you heard them in the beginning, they even contemplate, we're going to use lethal or the taser, or no lethal. The motherfucking cop that shot her, we using lethal. For a fucking knife. And I know it's going to be police officers or people that want to back this bullshit and say, well, they didn't know what was in and inside. She opened the door already. Her mom was right there. What the cops should have did instead, this is what I mean by police escalating it. Ma'am, we just here to help. That's all we here for, man. We're not here to hurt you. Not like you're dealing with somebody that's mentally ill. They know this shit when they come on the call. When they get the call, they already know it already. So you have to treat this with some type of empathy and sympathy and be delicate about it. You don't get aggressive with somebody that's going through a mental illness. So I'm just trying to figure out, is they really trained or they don't give a fuck? You want to call for somebody that's being mentally ill. And you get aggressive? We're going to knock the door down. No. You're dealing with somebody that's mentally ill. Ma'am, we're not here to hurt you. Have some patience. What you in a rush for? It's almost seemed like the police in a rush to just get the situation over. They killed this young Asian woman for nothing, bro. For nothing. And I'm going to keep saying this. Every time I see this shit, these cops should be in a jail for the rest of their life. It is no way impossible when you know it's a situation with mental illness, you kill a motherfucker. A knife? It's about 6 to 10 of these motherfuckers. They got a body shield. They could have broke down the house and rushed her ass with the body shield. But he shoots her in the chest. Something's wrong, man. I'm sorry to the law enforcement out there. Some of y'all may be good people, man, but y'all all fucked up. Your system is fucked up. It is no way this young woman should be dead. No way. No way he's supposed to shot her. The fuck out of here. You had opportunity. You could have pepper sprayed her. You could have pepper sprayed her. You could have rushed her with the shield that y'all had. They had a shield there. You could have tased her. These big ass grown ass people he shoots a little woman like that and it be as aggressive he is. I'm gonna say this once again to the police. If you scared, go find another occupation. You are not qualified to be in that position. This young woman shouldn't be dead. This young Asian woman shouldn't be dead, man. And it should get even more heartbreaking when you hear about this shit. See, because people think, oh, I'm just speaking on the black shit. No, I'm telling you, the whole law enforcement is corrupt. The justice system is fucked up and corrupt. There's no way these cops should be getting away with this shit. No way. I guarantee you, people, we shoot somebody. Oh man, listen, man. Our shit better be airtight. Or why we shot a motherfucker. Even in self-defense. They ain't even gotta be airtight and they get off. They can break protocol and they still get off for murder. Come on, man. And they supposed to be the professionals. Think about that shit. They went to school for this shit. Okay, let's move on, man.
See, more of the still frames here. The release comes after weeks of public outrage over how a 911 call seeking medical help for Lee. His family said he was experiencing a mental health crisis. Turned deadly within minutes after police arrived. Shooting took place in a city with a prominent Asian American and Korean population. On Saturday, the Fort Lee Police Department did not respond to requests about the employment status of the officer who fired the fatal shot, Tony Pickens Jr. Body cam footage shows Pickens
And
arriving
I'm looking
first.
at this big black goofy ass nigga. Big as you are, you a bitch. Yeah, you a bitch. You killed that young woman like that. Oh, scary ass nigga. Fuck out of here. And the bad part about it, a lot of them walk up on you, get all aggressive, like they very, very confident of who they are. But they're a bunch of scary ass cops. They scary as fuck. I'm the police. Scary ass niggas. Listen, I'm gonna say this, and I don't give a fuck how police feel about this. Y'all a bunch of the most scariest motherfuckers out here. You scary ass motherfuckers. Killed that woman like that. I'm scared. I fear for my life. Man, get your goofy ass out of here. Because I guarantee you he gonna say that. I fear for my life. Big ass motherfucker. Motherfucker like 6-something, 200 and something fucking pounds. But you scared of a little Asian woman with a knife. And her mom had one of her arms trying to get her to stop. And you... Let's move on, man. And you know you coming on the scene with the mental health, a mental health issue. Right? Now, think about this. If you listen to the beginning of the video, they almost was trying to accuse the brother of being mentally ill. He could have just been tired. They was acting like, oh, he was the one that was mentally ill. Nigga, he tired. You don't know how long he was dealing with this shit before y'all even got there? But the details is going to tell you how fucked up. Not just how fucked up. How law enforcement need to be checked. They are out of control. Out country, you talking about immigrants, nigga. Listen, the police is out of control. Let's move on, man.
Arriving first at the apartment complex around 1:25 a.m. Where he questioned Lee's brother about who had a knife and who was experiencing...
And let me say this. And why I say that is because you can't even trust to call the police no more. You're supposed to feel protected calling the police. I don't feel protected by the law enforcement. I don't. Even just calling them, I don't feel protected about it. I don't feel like they're going to bring some type of protection to me. Excuse me. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't feel no protection. Like, yeah, I don't feel like they protect anybody. They're only out that bitch to get a check, and they amped up on what they amped up off on, because they're not really fighting crime. They're not really fighting crime. Our local police officers are not fighting crime. They are not. They are out this bitch. They come after the crime happens, or if something in a situation happen, they don't know how to handle it, because half of the time they don't stop crime. They come when the shit is over. Or they're trying to create a situation to be a crime. How a fucking traffic stop goes to people getting murdered. How is it that you know for a fact that somebody's having a mental health breakdown and you go there and you still kill somebody. The fuck out of here, bro. Let's move on, man. This shit is disturbing, man.
Experiencing a mental health crisis. Lee's brother identified his sister and blocked the door. But Pickens moved him aside, warning that someone could get hurt by Lee. Despite Lee's mother and sister telling him not to enter, Pickens continued knocking as more officers arrived. Again, you have to not just consider the final moments.
Now,
but
mind you,
Lee-
my problem is that you know you're dealing with something that's mentally ill, a person that's mentally ill. You're not dealing with a rational person. That it might be a fucked up situation, right? Right, or a regular person that is a fucked up situation. You're dealing with somebody that's mentally ill, so they're not in their right state of mind. So you can't act like they're supposed to. They're going to when you command them to do something, like they're really going to listen to you fully. So now your empathy and your sympathy got to come in. You're trying to figure a way to how to de-escalate a situation when you're dealing with mentally ill people. You're not dealing with somebody that's a normal person. You're dealing with somebody that's irrational. They ain't right here. You know that already. So you can't come in there with a certain tone. You can't be so aggressive. You should know that. And people keep talking about, oh, it's about people being trained. Listen, people, I ain't been trained on mental illness. But I know to de-escalate a situation if I see somebody going through a mental break. And I ain't trained. Nigga, you don't get aggressive. Calm down, my brother. Calm down. Ma'am, sir, calm down. I'm just here to help. That's all. No problem. We just want to make sure you okay. We take care of you. That's how you supposed to do that. Not get aggressive. Because they already aggressive. You already know that already. Before you even step on the scene. This ain't got nothing to do with training. This got to do with empathy and sympathy and principles and morals and seeing other people as human beings. Because they got something different about them, you act like they supposed to, you got to treat them regular. No. They're not regular. Let's move on, man. This young Asian woman should not be dead. She shouldn't be dead. The motherfuckers, they keep acting like, oh, it's just a race thing with me. It's not. It's the law enforcement. The dude that killed this Asian woman was black. This ain't got nothing to do with race, nigga. The law enforcement is out of control. Yes, dude, race has to do with it a little bit when it comes to black and shit like that. Yes, because it is factual. The data shows that. But at this point, for me, I care about the data. But at this point, it's not even about the data anymore. The police are out of control. You do not go in this situation. You know she's having a mental breakdown, and you still shoot her? It was nothing else you can do. With a fucking knife? You fucking coward. Anyway, let's move on, man.
But leading up to that, what is your training when dealing with someone who's having an emotional or mental health crisis? What is your training? Eventually, Pickens announced they would break down the door, which they proceeded to do. The presence of another person with Lee. Footage and call recording shed light on the family's repeated efforts to prevent escalation.
And
In a
listen,
second-
and I'm gonna tell you, the reason they don't de-escalate situations because they got this complex that they have of being more superior. That's number one. But the other part is the reason that they don't show, you don't see the de-escalation, is because of the simple fact, to be very honest about it, they don't see regular citizens as human beings. You should never have anybody in that type of leadership position with deadly weapons to be as arrogant as they are. And I mean a lot of law enforcement people. Shit, you see judges that way. District attorneys, you see them, oh, they so arrogant. It's like, and they think they better. Like, you're not better. Some situations, yeah, I can see that. But a lot of the times they just arrogant. They escalate those situations because they think they're more superior. You see it all through law enforcement. You see it. Bow down to me. You see my badge. You see that I got my gun. You see I'm the police. Bow down to me. They don't see you as human beings. They don't even see you as grown as adults. They don't even talk to you like you grown as adults. They talk to a lot of grown folks like they children. I seen videos where officers talk down to people and then try to say, hey, you couldn't even have a civil conversation with me like a man or a grown-up. When you're talking down to people, why would they want to have that type of conversation with you? And let me just say this. Once again, this is factual. Law enforcement is not a top 5 dangerous job in America. It is not. The data shows it. We know that it is, that somehow, some way, that y'all try to pretend, law enforcement, that y'all job is very dangerous. It's not. It's not a hard job because you actually really don't do shit. You really genuinely don't. These are facts. Your job, the bad part about it, what they won't tell you about law enforcement, their job is boring. They're bored half of the fucking time. So when they get in these situations that they feel like this should be big, they escalate the situation to where the shit get bigger, to where it get deadly, so where somebody can kill somebody. Or they can kill somebody. Because their job is boring. You think I'm lying? Be a you know what's more dangerous? A correctional officer than the police. Right? And if you think I'm lying again, and I ain't telling the truth, think about this. The police, if you ever hear how they talk, they nonchalant. And they push their authority to show you in control because they don't have shit to do all day. They don't have shit to do. Ain't no crime happening around them like that. Not where they gotta use deadly force. I told you, when mass shootings usually happen a lot of times, 95% of the times, they ain't there. They come after. They go around and try to escalate situations so their job feels better, so they can feel better about themselves, like they did something. Your job is not to escalate situations. Your job is to say, nobody died today. But that's not them, because they're bored on a job. It's the most boring ass fucking job in the world. Be a security guard. And that's the police. Ain't nothing really popping with them. Think about it. If the police sitting around a police car in every neighborhood, you think niggas is gonna be selling dope? It might be hearing that some arrogant motherfucker is gonna break the law, but it's gonna be rare. But if you got a police car on every motherfucking corner, well, you know, in certain areas, them drug dealers, them violent motherfuckers ain't gonna do shit because they're scared of the police. That's why I keep telling y'all, they don't do shit. I know this for a fact that they don't do shit. They don't do a motherfucking thing. They create situations more than they step up to do something. You have to have a motherfucker that's very lost their mind and they out their mind to do something in front of a police officer. It could be one police officer there, nigga, and you be like, oh, I can't do that here. Just trying to tell you. They don't do shit. Police don't do shit. They don't stop crime. They embrace crime. They want it to happen. They are not there to stop crime. They there to embrace crime. They don't do shit. Listen to me, people. If you put a cop on every block in your community, ain't no crime happening. Maybe here and there somebody do some stupid shit, but it ain't like how they be trying to pretend. If you put a motherfucking cop on every block in the hood, ain't no crime happening. No crime. This is gonna be hard for you to do it. And now we got cameras and shit everywhere. No, nigga, you ain't no crime gonna happen. Crime happens because it's profit to lock people up. Crime is a profit. Did y'all remember about Michael Jordan being a part of owning jails? And he still does. Think about that shit. A lot of them rich motherfuckers, them billionaires, motherfuckers you even look up to, they are part of that system. They invest in it. Our system is to partly make people poor and struggle, and to the point where they struggle and they hurting so bad that where they go out and to commit crimes so where they can make money. That's what the rich does. You think about this shit. You gotta, if everybody working and they doing good, it helps the economy. But the country has been working off of incarcerating people to make money. Law enforcement shouldn't be a threat to the community. They should not be. They should not be making profits off of motherfuckers in jail. Like the way we make, like the country make profits off of it. Ask yourselves this. This is how fucked up our system is in America. We pay tax money for people that commit crimes. The jails and all that shit. We pay for that. You know who make money off of them being in the jails? The rich. Excuse me. It should be no way impossible that any citizen should be making money, if you're rich or poor, making money off of jails. You know how fucking corrupt and disturbing that is? These motherfuckers make, these billionaires, millionaires, make money off of people being in jail. As a taxpayer, you pay taxes to build those jails, to help pay those, to build those jails. Do you make any money off of it? No. You don't make no money off of it. You make no money. But you pay for them to build jails. Think about it. Think I'm lying? Look it up. Where you think a lot of your taxpayer money go to? The jails. To lock us up. Now, it's some people that deserve to be there. We're not saying that. But come on. We should be, if if a company want to build a jail, then build a jail. But don't use taxpayer money for that. People, they are building jails off of taxpayer money with the rich. That's how our government works. And motherfuckers sitting there and acting like we tripping. Nah, bro. No. There's no way that the American people don't understand that we're getting bamboozled. Every time we go to jail, we ain't making no money. But every time we go to jail, regardless of what it is, we go to jail. The government get paid. The corporations get paid. Ain't no money coming back to us. Nothing. And then you got some states that where, like, if you pick a governor, that governor can pick your chief of police. Nah, fuck that. Fuck out of here, man. That's why I keep telling black people, you paying for your death. You paying for your death. You paying to get killed. And then after your family sue, say you die, your family sue, it's coming back to the same taxpayers, to you. You just getting your same money back. I'm not paying you to kill me, motherfucker. I'm paying you to protect and serve me, not to kill me. People don't listen to me, man. That's why Yeah, everybody care about the presidential election. No, care about your elections that's in your state. Because the president only can do so much. But he can't depict everything that's going on in your state. Look at the red states. Look at Texas. The government can't do shit to them on certain shit. Can't do a goddamn thing. Not a damn thing. And they just out there passing all types of motherfucking hateful laws. This is why I'm not a Democrat or a Republican. Because I can understand both sides on certain things. Right? The problem is that people get caught up in cults. And they don't think like, hey, this shit can affect me if it go wrong. Right? Because I can believe whatever I want to believe in. But that doesn't mean whatever I believe in is not good for others. It's not good for others. So let's compromise on that. That's where we at now. Nobody want to compromise. You got people sitting out here, abortions, and don't know nothing about science. Nothing. Listen, how you going to believe in science? Remember Nancy May, she said the bullshit, what is a woman? Bitch, you don't even believe in COVID-19. That was an illness. No, we believe in the science when it comes to a male and a woman. But you don't believe in COVID-19? You push that narrative. You help push it. So it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? But, like I said, they ain't real. These people ain't real, man. They lying to people. Let's move on, man.
In a second 911 call, Lee's brother told emergency responders that he wanted to cancel his request to send help because his sister was holding a foldable knife. At the scene, body cam footage showed Lee's mother begging officers not to come inside as Lee became visibly more upset. And NPR filling in the details here. There's more. Lee's family was not able to be reached for comment on Saturday, but in a statement written earlier this month, provided by their attorney, the family said, the pain and grief our family is experiencing are beyond words. Victoria was a bright and loving individual with a promising future, and her untimely death has left a void that can never be filled. According to her family, Lee had bipolar disorder, which is not a crime. If you have diabetes, doesn't mean you did something wrong. You have heart disease. I don't know that you did something wrong. Brain cancer, bipolar disorder. It's an illness. She'd been married.
Let me say this. She said it. The Asian sister was bipolar, man. My mom's bipolar. Yo, you gonna kill her, bruh? And all people that's mentally ill is not violent. And they're not thinking about killing other people a lot of times. They're thinking about harming themselves. See, it's bad that these are professional people, right? We think they professional. They don't even do any research. Like, I research shit. When people are mentally ill like that, like as much as I got mad at my mom, listen, I got mad. Nigga. And I can see motherfuckers want to bring harm, but that's my family. I wanted to beat the shit out of my mom. No lie to y'all. Never lie to that. Lie about that. But, nigga, I remember my family kept telling me, calm down. You know she ain't in her right mind. Saying shit that she's saying. And this is just words. And my family wasn't there, I probably done zapped the fuck out. But you got people telling you, no, people, you know how she is. She mentally, she going through some shit. I calmed down real quick because I understood. Because I'm only going there because thinking she on that shit flipping out. But she was having a mental breakdown. And mind you, this is personal shit. Like, she was saying some shit. She did some shit that was fucked up. But imagine you got nothing to do with that, so you shouldn't have any judgment. You're supposed to move in that situation mentally ill. And I watched the cops be naive, didn't even give a fuck. They didn't care. A couple of cops act like they didn't even want to be there. I watched this shit with my mom. So when I tell you I don't fuck with police, this is why. I don't give a fuck if they black or white. And these is black officers. These is black officers. And they act like they ain't give a fuck. Well, I ain't gonna say all of them, but some of them. Only thing, that's the one thing I didn't like, but the one thing I did respect about the black cops, they didn't come in there aggressive. They wanted to hear what was going on, blah, blah, blah. One cop said, yeah, I remember she did this and blah, blah, blah. It was like, well, it's only so much we can do. So at a certain point, now I started to understand law enforcement a little bit. But the good cops, because they was good cops. Some of them was on some bullshit, but the motherfuckers that was in control was good cops. Right? And I was like, we can't do nothing. Because they can't do nothing. Lock her ass up, man. And I'm not talking about locking her up like in a jail. Man, put her in a mental facility. But we don't have that resources down here. Cop told me, he said, man, we tried. The last time we tried. But we ain't had the resources to do it. I couldn't get mad at the cop. Everybody around was like, what? I was like, I get it. They don't have the resources to do it. But there was a couple of them cops that they didn't give a fuck that she was going through a mental breakdown. You get them goofy motherfuckers like that. But shout out to those cops that day. They was good cops. And you had to understand, it was black cops dealing with black folks. Because everybody was in our house was black, and all those cops was black. And so we dealt with it in a certain way, even though it was some assholes, black motherfuckers, that took their job way too serious, like a bunch of fucking black people, black officers do. We had some good cops that was in control. So the rest of them motherfuckers was trash. Some of them was trash. But we had good cops. And it helps in the community. It actually really does. That shit really helped. There's no lie to you. The shit I have been seeing, yo, how we were, I could see a white cop acting a fucking fool on us. And we ain't trying to be aggressive. We wasn't trying to be aggressive. We was just, it was a confrontation. You know? And motherfuckers that was in control of that shit, the black brothers that was in control of that shit, you know, he was just saying, like, all he kept saying was, it ain't really nothing we can do. We can't, like, did she commit a crime? Y'all say she committed a crime? No. I think even if she did, we wouldn't have did it. Because, you know, we come from the streets. You know what I mean? But, no, I can't say that. Because my grandma would have, yeah, lock her ass up. My grandma wanted that. She pulled a knife on my grandmother and my aunts and shit. And we didn't want her in jail. Even my grandma, no, we don't want her in jail. Can y'all just send her somewhere she can get some help? My grandma, you know, was on that shit, you know. And it was like, ain't nothing we can do. She talking to us, but, you know, we don't think she off. But they don't know what we know. Right? It's not too much information. You get them? You understand what I'm saying? It was a complicated situation. I can say that. And I understood why the cops couldn't do what they did. I genuinely understood it. And it was all black folks. And I appreciated the police that day. But their system is trash, though. And they let her go out and shit. And I think a part of them looked at it was like, Bon we saying that she on that shit. You know what I mean? On that sugar booger. I think it was like, oh, she just having an effect. You know, she was having like a transactional effect on them drugs, like, right? So they kind of looked at it like that. But the dude knew who the fuck she was. The dude was in charge. He was like, we came here already. But not here, but with my sister. This shit happened before. So it was like, they couldn't do nothing, bro. But you got, there was nothing they can do. You know? And I respect what those cops did that day. I give them props and love that day. They actually did the right thing. Well, I ain't say they did the right thing. To me, I thought they should have put her ass in, you know. Because she's supposed to be there. She's not mentally good. But I understood what they did, and I respected that. And they didn't come in aggressive. That was the thing. I love that about them. But it, you know, you had a couple of cops that was on some bullshit, especially this one cop. It was like motherfucker, like, man. And I thought about it, right? I said he came in trying to be tough and shit like that because they all on what they on, and he gotta watch everybody surroundings. But my thing is, don't go on people's houses. They could have stayed on the porch. My grandma was like, hey, come on in. My grandma was like that. You know, my grandma old school, man. My grandmother, she don't see the cops the way I do. But, and that's, you know, and she live in the hood. But she doesn't see the cops the way I do. Even though she grew up in segregation and shit like that. Like, she doesn't see what I see. And how I feel the way I feel. So my grandma was different. So my grandma was like, come on in the house. I wouldn't have let them come in my house. No, you talk to me out here. I'll meet the cops outside. In that type of situation. But my grandma was different, so we had to respect that. You know what I mean? And at the same time, I wasn't even in a good headspace at that time. It was my mom, and it pissed me off real bad. And Yo, my mom was saying some real disrespectful shit. Like where like, and it wasn't even that. It wasn't even that she was saying a disrespectful shit. It was that my mom was saying some shit that the only reason I was even over there was because she said my sister got shot. Like, yo, if you know anything about me, right? Like, if you know anything about me, man, listen. Ain't about being tough, being from the streets and all that. Listen, man. Anybody in my family get shot, get killed, nigga. I'm in the hood. Nigga. When my little man got killed, nigga, I was in the hood. They told me you gotta get everybody, you calm. I'm calm for a reason because, nigga, I'm thinking about how I'm gonna kill niggas. Right. My mentality is different. So, you know. So I'm thinking at this time, and motherfuckers know me. My family know me. That's why they don't be wanting me around a lot of times. They already know what I'm going to be on. My dad calling me crying. Oh. My mom lying to everybody talking about, oh, my sister got shot and all that shit. I'm like, what? My wife waking me up. And she don't wake me up, nigga. I wake up on a set time. I wake up every day. She woke me up. It's like, babe, you got to get up. You got to get up. Something happened to your sister. Blah, blah. Said my sister got shot. My niece got shot. I was like, what? Oh, nigga. I said, all right. Told my wife. I got this clear. Like, I told y'all, I'm a different nigga. My mind got clear. Even though I woke up, but my mind just all of a sudden got clear. I got on, listen. All right, man. I got on some street shit. Because nigga killed my mom, nigga hurt anybody in my family like that, nigga. That's how I was raised. Still raised that way. Regardless if, nigga, I'm a good nigga and I ain't doing none of that street shit. You fuck with mine, nigga. I don't trust law enforcement either. Nigga, I'm street justice, nigga. I'm a street justice nigga. Oh. What? Okay. All right. I said, babe, get the guns. I said, I'm up. Wash my face, get my shit. I'm moving slow. Because the whole time, I'm thinking of what I'm getting ready to do. I tell my wife, I say, I don't know if my daughter was here. She might have was here, but I don't think she was here. She probably always up at my mother-in-law house. But I think we did drop her off. I don't know. It's one of the things. I can't remember because my daughter wasn't here. And I was like, get the guns ready. Get everything ready. Like, I'm ready. I don't play like that. Kind of my family, kind of my people, we ride. You shot who? You killed who? My family? Yeah, all right. And everybody in my family know that about me. That's why everybody don't fuck with me like that, because they already know what type of time I'm on. Regardless of how, oh, he a family man, all that. Nigga, I don't play that. Fuck my family, I kill you. I'm hunting your ass down. I was about hunting you down. And I had my dad on the phone. He was crying. Told my wife. She said, Dad is crying. I was like, what the fuck? So my mind automatic thing is, That shit serious. I find out everything was a lie because my mom was going through a mental crisis or whatever and shit like that, and it pissed me off because she had me in this fucked up state of mind that I'm ready to kill. Fuck the consequences. And my wife ready to ride. You understand? Like, we got a kid. We got a family. Yo, my wife ready to ride. Nigga, she like, okay, babe, get the guns. And my wife is more clear than I am on a lot of shit. She stopped me from doing a lot of shit. But when it come to family, no, nigga, we ride. It came to her family, nigga. If it come to anybody her family, nigga, I ride. They my peoples. Like, we don't play like that. My motherfucking wife is from Harlem, nigga. Like, she grew up in West Baltimore. She's born in Harlem, nigga. She have her life. Was raised in West Baltimore. Like, nigga, we don't play like that. We ride, nigga. We come from that gutter. We good peoples. I mean, but nigga, we don't play like that. So we ready to ride. And my wife, I said, babe, get the guns, everything. Okay, babe, I got that. My wife tell me some shit going on. Okay, babe, I got it. Come on, let's go. That's how we roll. We ain't like other motherfuckers. Yeah, we love our life. We built the life for ourselves, nigga, but our family we love. We love our family, nigga. We love our friends. You can't touch our family like that. My little man died. She came in. She was crying. I was calm. I'm always calm on a lot of shit. Because I'm thinking. But she was hurt. And I knew I was ready to kill. And that was on my mind. And when we went down, and my little man, her cousin, me and my wife wouldn't be together if it wasn't for that little nigga. Y'all rest his soul, man. And I remember being around his family. On my wife's side of the family. Mind you, I'm his big homie, nigga. They in my hood. And they can't, what you gonna do? Like, nigga, we were ride on the whole month. Like, our side of the family was ready to ride on the whole motherfucking hood. And I was like, nah, we can't do that. We don't know nothing. But her whole family was ready to ride. And if it wasn't for me, they was gonna ride. And it's the people that got hurt because they was on that type of time. Her family was on that type of time. And I was like, nah. Let me check around. Let me figure out some shit. You know what I mean? See what the fuck happened. You get what I mean? But that night, woo. That's why I cry a lot. Because so many people was ready to fuck their whole life up for that. You feel me? And I promise this. And I say this. I could be real about it. I promise this. I said, whoever did what they did to him, oh, he'll get this. I just leave it as that. Whoever did what they did to him, nigga dead. And I leave it as that. I ain't gonna get into details about nothing of what I'm saying. But I put it like this. I sleep well. I'm hurt that my man gone, but I'm good. That's why we sleep good. Even my wife, she sleep good. The only time she gets sad is when his birthday come up and the time he died. Other than that, she good. I'm good too. That's my little man. And he grew up in my area, in my city, on my part of the town. He got killed in my part of the town. All right, I handle that. That's what I do. I cried a couple of days ago, a couple of weeks ago, because I miss him. And I feel these niggas supposed to be here with me, but they're not. And I feel like remorse, what they call it? Remorse, I forgot what they call that shit. That's why I cried. And the pain of niggas that I'm here and they're not with me. That shit hurts. Not here with them. Not my niggas no more. Understand, when I see his daughter, I damn near be emotional. His daughter. His daughter is my fucking cousin. Think about that. My little man, my guy, his daughter is my fucking cousin. And she's 20-something years old. And the bad part about it, when she was his age, and he was dead, and I was like, that shit was emotional for me. Because that's when I met him, when he was a fucking teenager. I always tell people that shit deeper with my little man. I had a lot of niggas die, but it's only a couple of niggas that fucked me up, really. But I wouldn't have met my wife. Man, my wife wouldn't be together if it wasn't for him. My wife is his cousin, his big cousin. And we met because of him. She'll say, oh, nah, I asked who you was, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't for him. It was like, he could have said, nah, don't fuck with that nigga. He could have said that. That nigga Kenny, blah, blah, blah. Don't fuck with him. He could have said that. Oh, no, that's my man Kenny. That's my homie Kenny. Man, my wife was like, oh, introduce me to the nigga. But the whole time she talking to him, I'm watching her. So I know she feeling me. That was the crazy shit about it. But it's like a tragic love story with me and my wife. We met in some fucked up situation, but it was like our love story is crazy. Like, you know what I mean? She was feeling me. She was on me. I'm sitting there watching her too. Like, it wasn't like I wasn't watching her too. I see y'all watching me, nigga. I told you, I'm a street nigga. So, and I told you about me. I'm very aware of shit going on around me. And I'm watching. I see she looking at me, nigga. I see she trying to get with me. You know what I mean? So I'm like, hey. You know. I think I'm this nigga too. You gotta understand, I think I'm that nigga. Like that, you know what I mean? And which I kind of was, though, but I think I'm that nigga. Like, oh yeah, she trying to holler at a nigga and shit. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy. Because even though I know she was fucking with me and watching me and I'm watching her about whatever, I approached her. And I don't approach women like that. Especially back in those days, I didn't approach women like that. And so, there's number one, because I was shy as a bitch. but I had to, like, and the other part was that I had to really like you to approach you. But I approached her. Hey, what's up? You know the bad part about it though? My wife got a whole different story of that. That's crazy that she think that she approached me. She didn't. But she got her own thing. She didn't approach me. I approached her. Shout out to my whole point is shout out to my little man. I wouldn't have been with my wife if it wasn't for him. Because he could have said to her like, oh no, don't fuck with that nigga. Don't fuck with him. He could have said that. And I think how tight they were, right? How tight they were. And still to this day, how much she loved that nigga. If he'd have said that, me and my wife probably wouldn't be together. And it was crazy because he was fucking with my little cousin before I even was fucking with his cousin, which was his big cousin. So, that's how deep our shit is, man. That's why that little nigga will always be my nigga, man. And when I found out how he died and why he died, I never speak on it. Ever. Never speak on it. Never. That nigga my man. And just for the family, I wouldn't ever speak on it. Why I know exactly why. I know exactly why. I got a lot of people about why I know why he died. I would never tell anybody the truth about it. That's why it hurt a lot. Never tell anybody the real truth of why my little man died like that. And it was crazy, but like right before he died, I seen the nigga. And that was a crazy thing about it. Seen him. And I don't want to get into detail about that even. It's my nigga, man. That shit hurts a lot. Thinking about that nigga, it hurts. And it's bad because as much as like how I look at myself now, I wasn't that nigga then. Right? Like who I am now, I wasn't him. I wasn't who I am now. I couldn't say anything to help him. That's the bad part about it. I couldn't help save him. I couldn't. I couldn't have saved him. Not my words, none of that shit. Not who I am now. Even who I am now, I couldn't have saved him then. He was just... He was me. But he was... He wanted to be... I can say this, right, about my nigga. And I respect him and I love him. He was a leader, right? But he wanted to be the leader. You know what I mean? I never wanted to be that. That was the only difference between me and him. I never wanted to be the leader. And what I mean by that is, it was niggas in my clique that was leaders. You know what I mean? I trusted and we was niggas and we rolled like that, right? But he wanted to be the leader. He wanted to be that guy. And I never wanted to be that. You know? But And so that's why he moved the way he moved. Because I wasn't knowledgeable enough or had to or understand who I am, right? At that time to give him that knowledge. I couldn't tell him, hey, bro, I never wanted to be the leader. He just knew I was a leader. I was like that. And that's what he knew. But if I could have this conversation with him and be like, hey, I never wanted to be the leader. But he wanted to be that. Like, people don't really realize this about him. He idolized me. He idolized the shit out of me. And that nigga loved the shit out of me. He loved me. I know he did. He told me he did. So I know he did. That nigga loved the shit out of me. But I couldn't. That's why I feel guilty a lot of times. That's why I cried a while ago. Because I couldn't give him what I could give him. Yeah, I was out the game a little bit, but I still had one foot in it. A lot of our little homies died. His little homies died. In that war. I didn't even stop him. Because I could have stopped that war. But he kept telling me, nigga kept telling me, man, he kept saying, man, hey, man, them niggas disrespected me, man. And I don't play that shit. And I said to myself, I said, it's my little nigga, man. And if I was older, I probably could have told him, hey, man, I know you feel disrespected, but it ain't worth it. You can put a lot of people in danger and shit like that. It's shit that I could have said. But when he told me that, I told you how I was back in the day. I told y'all. Nigga, I ride. Alright, man. I don't like it. I don't like how you handle that shit, but let's ride, nigga. That's what I did. Rolled my little nigga. And I wish I had the thought process that I had now, or you get what I mean? Like, but at that time, no. All right, nigga. I didn't want nobody to punk me. And mind you, gotta understand, this is my little nigga. It's a nigga that I'm almost grooming in the street shit. Cause even before I switched over, I'm grooming him in the streets. So that's what he taking. And I'm not saying I was giving him all wrong information, but I look back at that shit now, I gave him a lot of bad information. Gave him a lot of bad information. I fucked up a lot. That's why I cried a while ago. You don't know that this dude was my man. And I had a lot of homies. I had a lot of niggas that's my homies. I told you about my homeboy that I can't fuck with no more. That's my nigga too. But not like him. He was different, bro. That nigga was like me. He was like me. That shit was crazy. And the bad part about it was he was like me, but he was a much more prettier nigga than me. He can pull chicks. That nigga was like that. I ain't never envy it, But I just like, yo, that nigga, oh yeah, he like that. That nigga will pull chicks. He pulled chicks like that. I miss that little nigga, man. And I wish I could have given him better advice. But he was just so much like me. He was so much like me. And I could not. I just could not do the right thing. Right? I look back at it now. I couldn't do the right thing with him. That nigga was too much like me, and I loved that shit about him. And he went a little harder than I did a little bit. His clique was about the same as mine, but they went a little harder than we went. They was about them guns like that. I introduced them niggas to guns. So that's what I keep trying to tell people. My generation was about introducing them niggas to the gunplay. I introduced that nigga to the gunplay. I'll tell people all the time, I'm always jealous of my nigga because he was who I supposed to been in the streets. Believe it or not, he was really like that in them streets. He actually was harder than me in the streets, and I was jealous of the nigga. I look back at it now, I was jealous of him. Like, not at the time, but I look back at it like I'm jealous of that nigga. That nigga was like that in the streets. That nigga was like that in the streets. I wasn't who he was in the streets. Because I moved different. And I wish I would have did right by him so he wouldn't be that nigga. But he was that dude in the streets. He was that guy. He was respected. Regardless, even if you knew he did wrong, his personality of who he was, you loved him though. I didn't have that. It was like, you know, somebody got an aura. He had that aura. He had that fucking aura. And I love that nigga for his aura. Like, niggas loved him. Regardless if they ain't like him or not. Especially in the family, they ain't like what he did. Nigga, they loved him. His aura was just different, bro. I told you, some niggas got a different aura. He had that. His aura was bigger than mine. You know what I mean? And so, whew, damn, I miss that nigga, man. His aura was bigger than mine. Very bigger than mine. He was younger than me, man. That's all. This is why he got killed. Cause he was a good dude. He just got killed because he was younger than me. Cause a lot of shit that he did, I did, but he did do a lot more than I did in the streets. So when he died, and I got in the streets like that to figure out what the fuck happened to my man, motherfuckers told me. And I wanted to kill everybody, but I understood. I put it that way. I understood. And I never tell anybody about why he died. Nobody. Because I know why. I'll tell nobody about that. Go to a quick commercial break. Be right back. All right, people, we come back from quick commercial break. Damn, I done knocked down the damn. Hold on, a second. Oh, there we go. All right, bad. All right, there we go. Welcome back to OBF the Network, people. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button so you guys get the live streams when we go live, people. And if you can, donate to the channel. Go to OBF The Real, Cash App, and donate to the channel, people. We highly appreciate anything you guys can donate to the channel. Need more information to subscribe and donate to the channel. It's down there scrolling below the screen, people. Make sure you guys hit the like button when you come in and out of the building. And make sure you guys share the videos, man. Keep the movement pushing. Let's get on out of here, man. Leave your comments, hit that like button. Support your boy. It's your boy, Mr. OBF. Peace and love to the world. Hit OBF behind the scenes, man. Y'all know how we do.